Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Nobby, what are you doing, man? 4 a.m. You crazy man. Hey, Paul. Hey, Jeff. Jeff? Hello, Jeff. Coach Davis. Does that mean... I'm confused. Hey, Sherry. How you doing? Had a meeting...
I'm pretty good. Thanks.
my Siri. Sorry, it's because I said Sherry. Siri just woke up. Anyway, Sherry, good to see you. Tim, good to see you. Come on, this is cool. Wow, you guys showing up. Thank you. Appreciating this. This is going to be a lot of fun. Now, hands up if you haven't been on one of our top tips calls already. I'm actually just going to jump back over and just pull that. I'm going to put that top tips back just into this scene rather than that one. Then when I jump over here, it's gone. Aubrey, great to see you. Yeah, Sherry, I bet it does. You can actually change the name in it, I think, can't you? I know you can do that with the other one. I've got two of these ladies in here that do what I tell them, and one in the house that doesn't. Sorry, Erin's just like, you can't say that. Hey, good to see you all. Yep. So, first time, have never been able to catch me live. Linda, lovely to see you. Anxiously awaiting something. Still trying to figure it out. Right, okay, let me... So the plan is, we've been doing this, when did I jump on, Owen? Monday, Wednesday? Yeah, Tuesday we did our Ecamm Academy live, then we did it Wednesday, and today I believe is Thursday, although the week's going rather strange. And so we're going to do this again today, and we're going to do it tomorrow. And the plan is, someone has said yesterday, actually, they called it Ecamm Bingo. And I thought that was quite cool, actually. The idea is, I've got in front of me here a list of 30 top tips that have come out of... I just sort of thought, why don't we have a bit of fun this week? And those of you, most of you, hang on, Maggie, stop giving me numbers. You got to wait until I tell you. Most of you actually, or a lot of you have been through our Ecamm Academy, and you know what it's like. We get on these sort of live calls, and although we've got set training videos that tell you how to do overlays, how to do this, it's not till we get on those live calls that little nuggets come out really, and you go, oh, did you know this? And actually, while we're in there, let's just show you that. So I've just tried to think, I've come up with 30 of them, hence this idea that we've got choosing between 1 and 30, and then an overlay is going to appear in front of us, and I'm going to have to respond and jump straight in and tell you that tip. So rather than me just going, what's that saying? That's no fun. Oh, because you've already put look at you all throwing your numbers in. Rather than me just going, let's go to the next tip, and away we go, and it's all fun. Or it's not fun, rather. I thought it would mix it up a bit. It keeps me on my toes as well. If you missed the previous ones, you can head back over if you're on, most of you, we've got some Facebooks actually tonight. Facebook, YouTube. Is anyone on LinkedIn? Paul's usually on LinkedIn as well. I'm not seeing LinkedIn comments so far. If you're on LinkedIn, if you're sitting over there all lonely wondering where the chat's coming on, we're actually on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn today. And yeah, let me know if you're on LinkedIn, because I'd like to see, I can see a little symbol down here that just tells me whether it's Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn. Adrian prefers the random wheel of fortune. Yeah, we nearly did that. We've got that little spinning wheel that we've used for the competitions, and I said to him we could do that. Yeah, but anyway, we're good to go. Jimmy, you're not on LinkedIn. That's telling me you're on YouTube. How to file and reuse resources. Okay, come back. So we're not. I'm hanging on with any questions. I know Paul's already said stick us a queue if you want to ask a question. But But I want to hang on really, please, first. And before we get into any of that, let's kind of play with some of these. We've got a load more of these tips still to run through. Some of them are quite quick, some of them more in depth. So from now, I know Yatza is just posted in there. So from now, I want you to post me a number in. Okay, so the next number that comes in after this one is where we're going. It's got to be not those numbers there. 1 to 30, but not those numbers there. All right. Where are we going to go? 19 says Gail with a hand up. How could I refuse that? So 19 it is right now. Before I get confused with this, what I am just going to do is update my list because I'm all about keeping things tidy, and I'm going to press Owen set up a whole load of Stream Deck commands here. So number 19, hiding the controls. Yes, I'm thinking, what do I mean by that? I wrote this last weekend. Hiding the controls is a tip, and I need to go into live demo mode to show you this one. This is going to be very quick. But again, it's one of those things that you probably didn't know you could do. So I'm going to come into my live demo mode and just come up here to this top corner. Now, notice that when I'm on here and I'm working away on my Ecamm window, I've got all of these things around here. And it becomes more of a hassle when I'm trying to, maybe on a scene like this, and I'm just trying to position where these boxes sit. And I can't quite see because the comments bit's there, and I can't see this edge here. Did you know that if I come up to the top here, actually, where is it? Where do we see it from here? Let me just see. Yeah, hide main window controls. I use the shortcut, and I've actually got it on the Stream Deck as well. But when I click this button here, in fact, I'll do it over here so you can see. Look at these little icons all around the main window. They've gone. Doesn't make any difference to the feed that's going out. It's purely your control in here. But when you're trying to design and lay out your scenes and they're getting in the way and they're frustrating you, you can just press this button to make them disappear. But do keep in mind that, notice that little finish button down there, it goes away as well. So don't kind of turn it off and then forget how to find it, because you're going to get yourself in a pickle. So it's one of those things I allocate this to. It's one of my main Stream Deck keys that I use. The two main buttons that I use on here, these are my two favorites. Forget all the rest. I want to go into live demo mode, which I can do right now, and you can see that. And then I go into this hide controls. Absolutely my two favorite buttons to use on the Stream Deck, which maybe should have been another tip. So there you go. Let's go again. So that was number 19. Again, give me your numbers. We've just taken the first one again. So if you said it earlier, you can throw it out again. Yes, thank you, Glenda. Be sure to hit that like. Let's get some love in the room. Nobby says 29. Well done, Nobby, for giving us a number there right near the end. Nobby, bless him, it's 4 a.m. Crazy man. So let's have a look. That's me just tick number 29 off. And on my Stream Deck, 29 is manual exposure. What am I talking about? Now, this is off of Ecamm, really. This is a tip for you that when I put these tips together, you'll find out, actually, I should have mixed them up a bit, but the numbers, I did a whole thing on green screen. And so this manual exposure is a setting in the camera, and it's something that you can't do on a webcam, frustratingly, or on some of the higher end webcams. You can download software and you can do this, I believe. But I've seen it all the time in the Academy where we pull up a green screen and all of a sudden, it's bizarre how quick it happens. All of a sudden, people go grey. and it doesn't look good. And I can tell, more often than not, I'm watching someone who's using a green screen and their skin color isn't what it should be. And the reason is your camera is auto exposing, and it's looking, and it seems to get really thrown out by all this green that's behind you. Remembering it can't see, if you've put an image in an Ecamm, it's just looking at a green screen. And it washes it out. And so I don't know how many times I've said this to people. I was literally on a support call a couple of days ago to somebody, yesterday actually, and I said to him, right, we need to get out a grey card. If you looked on Amazon for photographer's grey card, it's one of these things, and you literally hold it here, and in your camera you can set your manual exposure to it, and then when you pull a green screen up behind you, it doesn't look at that at all because you've locked down that setting. So that's your manual exposure, your manual white balance setting that you're putting in. Yes, Sherry, I did. Absolutely. You're right. Victoria, come on, what time is this? Ecamm Bingo, we're still going, Victoria, yes, and we'll be here tomorrow as well. How do you create unique graphic comments prior to streaming? I don't seem to be able when adding text. Not quite sure what you're meaning there, Michael. How do you create unique graphic comments? Okay, I see what you're saying. So these ones here, you need to ask number 5. Right, I'm going to come down. I'm dying to know what tip number 1 is, says somebody. There you go. Victoria's just said 5. Victoria's getting it. I've already done 5. Victoria, wake up. Yes, correct. Okay, number 5. Michael, shall we have a look at what number 5 is? Oh, hang on a minute. I have done number 5. I see what you mean. Owen's just saying we've already done number 5. I wonder if I did it wrong. Anyway, let's have a look at... I've probably turned off... I probably don't have a tick of... Oh, I've turned off number 5. It's over here. I've deleted it out of here as well. Play with me, pretend. Number 5 is... branding the comments. And good question, Michael. So I can see in front of me over here this this chat, or actually let's come back to my live demo mode, and I've got this chat over here at the side of me, and I can click on these and this comes up, and then I need to click on the pencil of it, and now I can come into here and do the branding. But I think what Michael's saying is, how do you do this before you go live when you haven't got any comments there? And it's a really good question, and it wasn't tip number 5, which apparently I've already done. And the way you do it is to go live to yourself first of all. Let's come out of live demo mode first. What I suggest is go live to yourself. And so if you go down in that bottom corner here, it'll say, what's your destination? Where do you want to go live to? If you choose Facebook, and then choose your personal profile, and one of the options is to you only. And then if you click on that, you can go live. You can pick up your phone, drop a little comment back in, doesn't matter what you say, it'll appear in here in front of you, and then you can pull it in and brand it. And what you might notice is what seems to happen, I don't know quite the logic or if there's any method to this really, but so if I now jump back into, let's go in my live demo mode again, and notice that down here in my overlays, it's saved kind of like the last comment that I had in here. So if you've gone live once, I can now bring that comment of Victoria's back up again. And I don't know if it just saves the last one. Sometimes there are a few. I seem to have one from Patty saved in there as well from the other day. But once I've got that in here now, I can either pop it up from that, or because I've just gone live to myself, I can bring that chat in And as you can see, I then have this open down here. I can change fonts. I can pick any font that I want to. Any font that's on my computer will be available on here. So you can go through, play with them, find them. You can select just the name if you want, and then you can select the comment below. You can do all this clever branding stuff over here of changing the background or turning the background off. We actually did this yesterday and I turned the background off. So if I turn the background off now, and any comments that I pull in, the background's missing, which is fine if I'm on a nice dark background like this. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so good question, Michael. Hope that's answered it for you. And ready to go. Yes, he is. What's this? Is he using Restream? Yes, Sherry, we are. Absolutely. This is because I was trying to go live as my page. Great. Okay, I'm not sure what this... Oh, yes. So, yeah, I see what you're saying, Greg. If you try to go as your page, you won't see that one. You need to do on your personal. Just remember to flick it back before you go live next time, else you'll be wondering why nobody showed up and it's just you. Right, come on, let's have another number. We're going to get through a few today. I'm feeling confident. Actually, you guys on YouTube, I think what I need to do is I'm going to do the third answer because the guys on YouTube are about 7 seconds ahead of the guys on LinkedIn and Facebook. Be good to do a little test, actually, wouldn't it? Not today. 30 says Robin. And actually, Robin's on Facebook, so we're going to go with that one. What do you say? LinkedIn's not pulling in? No, but there are comments on LinkedIn that aren't coming through. Oh, really? Oh, we aren't going out to LinkedIn. Definitely, I'm trying to love LinkedIn, but that again then isn't working. We're not going out to LinkedIn, unfortunately. Right, okay. Number 30. Animated keynote presentations. Right, number 30. This is a bigger one. Hey, Robin, good to see you. So, animated keynote presentations. Now, if you've been around Ecamm for a while, but actually the training that we've got in the academy still says this. If you wanted to do a presentation on, I'm going to say Keynote or maybe PowerPoint, they both work the same. Let me just show you live demo mode. I'm just going to grab this little demo presentation. And what used to be the case, in fact, if I close that down a second, this is kind of, you know, I'm over here and I'm making my little keynote presentation. We've got a few little animations, the text slides in and things like that. We used to, and I'll tell you what I'll do. Let's just put a new scene in here so that I don't go messing that one up. What you can do, and this actually is a tip in itself, is I can grab this image and I can literally drop it onto my scene like that. How cool is that? And then I can just hit my camera overlay and sticking with my camera, let's go for a little circle. How easy is that? So that's the basic way of doing a keynote or a PowerPoint presentation. And it allows me to have that in there and me talking over the front of it, but it's static. And I could do that, and then I could create another scene, drag the next one on, create another scene, drag the next one on, and then I just click through my scenes. And that's what I used to say was probably the easiest way to do this. Now, what we can do with, we've got a fairly new feature here in Ecamm that allows us to do a screen recording overlay. So what I can do now, still in live demo, aren't I, is I can take a screen recording like this. I'm actually going to lose the border and the edges. We're just going to go straight like this. And rather than me choosing my entire screen, I need to get it open first. Down here in Keynote, where I've got this play button, or actually at the top in Keynote, where it says play, it used to always just go full screen, and you click that button and it took over your screen and you couldn't do a thing. Now you can choose in window. And what that does is now when I come down here and I hit play, it pops it up in a new window. So this is now my presentation playing down here. So back in Ecamm, sorry, stick with me. Back in Ecamm, I don't want my entire screen. I'm going to select Keynote. Hang on, what happened there? Something went funny. Whether because I'd had this open first. Let me, there we go, right. I think because I made that window appear, I'd already opened Ecamm beforehand. So now Keynote sees that I've got two windows open and it says, do I want my presenter display? No. Do I want my presentation? And so look how cool this is. I can now blow this thing up to fill the screen. And actually, what's even better, and this again is part of these new features, is I can grab the edges of this. Let me zoom in again. I'm trying to keep it so you can see what I'm doing nice and close. This is my overlay, but it's picking up some background. I can trim in the edge like this. I can trim the bottom and this edge. And let's take that top. And now when I blow that up, hopefully that's going to fit the window. And we had me on camera. I'm going to push that up just above it. So now I'm there. You can see what's happening on my window. And now, so I can keep my presentation in front of me. And maybe if you've got notes, you could have those available down here, your slides. But now as I click through this, you can see that this is animated. And if I wanted to, rather than being in this circle over here, if I want to, I can, let's go back to my wide view. I'm going to take away this background like this. I'm going to grab my green screen. And this was one of my tips the other day, was that I can crop out the non-green screen bits like that. And if I come down here to my camera effects, I know we're doing a lot. And da-da, now here I am. So I'm now sitting here in front of what is a animated presentation doing all this amazing stuff. How cool is that? Wouldn't your audience absolutely love this? Come on. Round of applause for Ecamm. Right. I'm going to come back. That was number 30. See, I left the big one to the end. Let's just have a look at your comments. Don't pop me anything in just yet. So that was Robin's. Oh, really? Is that right, Mark? Having to reconnect the LinkedIn API. Have you updated the training to reflect all the updates since the last Academy, Glenda? Everything that I'm doing here was available in October. We did this, all of these clever things with cropped edges and things like that came partway into our October Ecamm Academy. So if you're in the October Academy, we were doing this. But yeah, we are kind of anything that's new and we're playing with it. It'll all be in this academy. And I think we're growing in it. We would only just, it literally came out partway into the October one. We're playing with it. And also to say, we've got Anna and Fulgens joining us doing a masterclass. And they are the guys that inspired us and really taught us how to do all these clever transitions and things that we've done. Can you sign up again to the Ecamm class? Yes. Yeah, they're absolutely. Steve, you will have had an email as an alumni, unless you've unsubscribed from it. If you want to reach out to me on Facebook or email or something, we'll make sure you get a link through to that. For anyone else who's wondering what that is, well, I'll tell you what, let me just pause a second, if I can, and just show you our Ecamm Academy, because rather than me backtracking on that, we're just about to start. We twice a year, we spend 2 weeks running a boot camp, and we called our Ecamm Live Academy. And it's all just about to start on Monday. So what we do is we actually have up here, this is our training in our Ecamm Academy. And my Windows, I've zoomed it in a bit too much. We run you through literally everything. This is a complete online course that takes you through everything from unboxing Ecamm to literally every feature, every tab there is in Ecamm. We've done a training video on it. And inside our Ecamm Academy, over 2 weeks, or actually over the first week, we drip out these. The 5 levels are the first 5 days of the Academy. And we release these videos to you. And the idea is you go away and work through these in your own time. And then every day I come on live into a closed Facebook community group and just answer your questions about that day, give you a challenge, set you off for the next day. And work through like this. So it's a lovely hybrid of an online training course and a lot of live training. And most importantly, a community group, a safe place that you can practice and learn and really kind of dig into doing all this stuff that I'm doing here. It's actually not as hard as you think. It's about having a go and practicing and letting us support you. So this over here is our Ecamm Live Academy. That's another link that's not linked up. Let's turn you on. EcammLiveAcademy.com will bring you over to this page. It runs for 2 weeks. It starts on Monday. It's $1.99. That gives you all of these videos for life and all the updates. When Ecamm makes new updates, we make new videos. You get them for free. You also get a 25% off an Ecamm Pro license. Every member that comes through first time, doesn't apply to alumni. You get this $96 off. We also talked to you about our Pro Video Academy, and anyone that's interested in that, we give you $100 off. So this page over here will walk you through basically what we're doing. This was the live that we did on Tuesday, actually. And these are the bonuses I'm talking about. Anna and Fulgen's coming in doing a branding masterclass with us. Ian Anderson Gray's coming in to talk about repurposing your content. So once you've made that live, how you can take that on, turn it into a podcast, turn it into a blog post, other little social media clips. And then Betsy's going to come in and talk to us about specifically about Zoom, but hosting virtual escape rooms. So that's going to be a fun new one to look at. Plus, we've got some other bonuses down here. We've got a countdown video that we do at the start of our videos. We've got some of those for free. All our resources, when I'm bringing on screen, different background images, cutouts, things like this, music files, anything that we can, we've bundled together there, and we'll give you a link to it. Owen's made some very clever little Stream Deck keys, and everyone that goes through the Academy gets a completion certificate as well. So yeah, absolutely love this Academy, really proud of it, and everyone that comes through it loves it. We've actually got as many alumni this time as we have new customers. They just keep wanting to come back, so I reckon that says a lot about it. So yes, that was, where do we go? That was Steve sent me off on that one. Good stuff, Steve. Jimmy's coming back, I know. Alfred, hello. Sasha, good to see you. Missed yesterday or the day before. How did you crop the edges of your green screen? Yep. So, Jimmy, we just option, and if you go to the edges to move it, but you hit the option key, it turns into cropping the edges. Right. Okay. Thank you, Paul. Paul's just put the actual link in there on Facebook to the Ecamm Academy. This is where I need a background, don't I? Let's pop the background back in. Thank you, Sherry. That's fantastic. Come on, must practice. Yes. Yep. Are they in the, we start to see the old stuff or the videos updates throughout the course? Yeah, all those updates are in the course. They're in there. The audio and videos out of sync. No. Excited about repurposing and the virtual escape room, says Gail. Yes, come on. Right. Thank you. Paul's just saying, yes, still time to come and join us. We're filling up, but we'll let you in. Right. Okay. So I reckon we need to jump back to, because we've still got a lot of our numbers to get through. Who's going to give me a number to get us on to the next one? Surprised number 1 hasn't gone yet. What's number 1? Okay. In sync. Yeah, it is in sync. We've got it all sorted over here. Come on, Gail. That looks really good. Nobby says number 1. Nobby, you've had loads of ones. I'll tell you what. Oh, accidentally, I just hit Tim's. I'm going to go with Tim at number 4. Actually, number 4. Well, what am I doing? I'm telling you number 4, and I'm supposed to be hitting this so we all discover it together. Camera overlays. Specifically, it's camera overlays with borders that I was looking at. And what I thought might be quite fun, actually, if you're quite new to this, let's just let's come on and create another new scene. So this is like a camera feed that comes through, and there's not a lot to do with it, really, is there? If I were to start with a blank source, okay, and what I can do down here is to select a camera overlay, and even this, if I were to go, and I quite like this, I can just put a really thin little border on there, say of 2, and all of a sudden I am able to, I'm now going to take my little, this is where taking those controls off can be useful. And actually, rather than this width being there, if I go custom width, it will allow me to pick this up and move it into position. So with a camera overlay, can you kind of get what we're doing here? I can actually frame this up and put something in front of me, like, or make it look like this, that I'm just in this nice little picture frame here. I can adjust that background, which is another of the numbers. And actually just quite simple like that. Or if I wanted to, I could be rounding off these edges and putting a bit more of a border on. And all of a sudden, you've just gone from that normal screen with your camera on there to now the same camera, but you've been able to put a bit of a frame around it, or you could basically go wherever you wanted with it and reposition things. Maybe I want to sit here and have a logo to the side of me. But yes, camera overlays, very, very cool. Yeah, one of my other tips, I need to wait till I get to it, but I tell you what, I'm just going to leave that there and move on. So that's camera overlays. Give me another number. Don't know what that is. I don't know what you're meaning with that. Okay, let's come back to the chat. I've changed my background color around, which is another tip. Which number was this one? 1. Everyone's shouting 111. We're going to get on to number 1, shall we? I need to just, I'm losing myself over here. This was, we've done 5. This was camera overlays. This was 4. I wonder if we might run out. We're going to do number 1 then. I need to split this, don't I? Because it's getting too long. Right. Okay. Number 1. Let's press my little magic button. Profiles. Who knows what profiles are? This was another of the version 3.9 was a massive update. There were some really cool things, all these branding and stuff like that. This was back in October last year. And one of the really cool features was profiles. So let me just show you what we're talking about. This won't take too long to demo, actually. Let's come up here. Right at the top in Ecamm, I've got profiles. And the idea is, whereas previously you can get in a real my scenes used to just fill up, and I ended up putting things into folders so that I could go. I just realized actually this is probably where you've seen me out of sync, because I'm doing this. This is my screen capture. So if it's out of sync now, that would make sense why somebody said it was out of sync. So I used to put things in folder, and I had a folder for Ecamm Academy. I had a folder for YouTube Academy. I had a folder for doing things like this. Now I put them all into profiles, and it's so much tidier. So we did our James Webb Telescope, for instance. That's down there. Our master zoom in a weekend has got a profile down there. Right now we're in Ecamm Top Tips. And I can either just start with a blank profile, which means I'll have nothing there in my scenes or overlays, or what I can do, and what I do typically, I can't do this while I'm live, but I would duplicate the current profile. So maybe at the minute you've got all of your scenes, they're all in there, and you've got different folders, and you're thinking, if I start a new one, I've now got to build them out again. What I do is I keep duplicating that default one. Is what you'll, if you haven't played with it, you'll be in the default one. Copy it over, delete out the folders and the stuff you don't want, and then you've got that saved. It's just a much tidier way to work. And what I didn't used to be able to do is things like this. So the branding that I've got down here with this orange text, when I go into Pro Video or YouTube or one of my other spaces, I don't want orange. I want it to be red or green or blue, whatever we call it. And that never used to carry across. If I were in a folder, then I've got to change that every time I go live. Now, when I create a new profile, I can change it once in there. When I go into my next profile, I change it. And as I cut between them, it's fantastic. So Robin says, question on profiles. Does the interview link change from... No. So the interview link carries through exactly the same. Good question. Did you hear someone say you can buy pre-built ones? I'm sure you can, Victoria. It's very easy to... We've done this, and Owen will work on a profile over there, build it out, do everything he needs, and then he sends it over to my computer, and I can just load it up in here. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if people are creating them. We did actually say we could create some inside of the Academy, didn't we? But and we could actually. There we go. We're going to make some. We're going to make some profiles and give you a profile inside of the Academy. But the thing is, they're all going to be so different. Yeah, I reckon we could do that. There you go. You've just got yourself a bonus in the Academy. Come on, Alfred. Yes, good stuff. So, and to be honest, Victoria, buying profiles, I think, to be honest, come into the Academy. I think you're booked in for the Academy anyway. You'll learn how to do this. It doesn't take a lot of time for you to build it out yourself, rather than having something pre-done. I think there's more satisfaction in, and actually in the Academy, if you were to go, how could I do this? Then that's the sort of thing we could cover on live, and we could mock one up and could potentially just send it to you afterwards. So, oh, Paul's got a tip. What's this? When you start a new profile, all of your references will reset to the default. Yes, make a copy of the current one. Thank you, Paul. Right, let's move on from profiles. We're getting, so we've had 1, we've had 4. We're getting a bit close. Give me some numbers. Where are the gaps on here? I've got a few numbers right in the middle there. What have we got? 20 minutes. I'm going to stay on till 6 o'clock. We'll have another 20 minutes of this. Ecamm Bingo. Pick a number between 1 to 30. Accept those numbers there. And let's just see. Yes, doesn't it feel good, Sherry? It just helps you to feel really organized with it. Michael, I think he wants number 13. Come on. 13. ISO audio. What's ISO audio? Well, this is again a reasonably new feature, or a lot of people don't know about this one. What you've got over here, notice I've still got my controls turned off. So I'm going to come into my preferences and I'll just pull it up here for a minute. When you come in here and you hit audio, right at the bottom, it says, and it won't let me change it because we're actually live, record isolated audio tracks. And it says down there, in addition to the normal recording, record each audio track to a separate file, cannot be changed while streaming, which we've just found out. So what does that mean? If you were recording this for a podcast, I'm sure this was the ask really as to where this came about. If you were recording this for a podcast and typically you want to have those separate audio files, if maybe at the end of the podcast you realize they were just a little bit off and one was a little bit louder than the other, to have that separate audio file, you can just lift the volume on one and keep it down on the other and balance them up. Or as Owen pointed out the other day, maybe on the main track, maybe somebody coughs just as somebody else is speaking, or something happens as, you can then just go back to that person's audio file and pick that one up without the distraction from someone else. Maybe, for instance, a guest is talking and I kind of butt in on them, or I laugh or cough at a point. You could get that out. So does that make sense? A separate audio file. I do believe that coming soon, or certainly in that next kind of list of things that are maybe coming out, will be isolated video files, and that's going to be fantastic. So if we've got guests on and we're doing an interview, you will get back, because that's always been one of the things where I think, yeah, but I don't want to have that mix. And actually, like when I'm making tutorials and things like this, and I bring a screen share on and I'm doing a picture-in-picture of me, I would record it in ScreenFlow, because ScreenFlow gives me those separate files and I can move my camera feed. I can move that around, resize it, take it off screen, bring it back when I'm editing, and I can't in Ecamm. Ecamm records what is happening on the screen in front of me. So I reckon this is going to be a biggie, and I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah. So do you copy paste widget in overlays like the one? I don't know that you can copy and paste widgets. Not quite sure, Albert. Is there any possibility of the future to be able to switch between high quality musician mode and echo cancellation while live? Yes, I would think that's happening now, actually. In fact, number 12, somebody. I'm going to put 13 on here, and if number 12 happened to pop up, it might be on topic. Let's just have a look in the chat. For being able to go between musicians playing live and then interviewing them, yeah. Oh, Paul, number 12. Should we do number 12 next? Turning off echo cancellation. What? I'm loving it. I reckon you're having more fun at this than I am. So, echo cancellation. Firstly, what even is echo cancellation? I'm going to come back into my live demo mode here. Let me just get rid of that one and that one. I don't think we've got any more about that. On your sound levels, and this is one of the other tips that I pointed out. This is so important. This little, do not go live without having this in front of you. This is my guide. Look, it's showing me down here that where my volume levels are. If I were to play a sound effect, which I don't have any on here at the minute, I can, let's just pull something over so you can see what I'm meaning. If I were to do a sound effect.
We have a winner.
Oh, it's looping through them all. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. You can see down there that it also shows me that volume as well. So Really, really big tip, that one. Make sure that sound levels tab is open and it's visible in front of you there. Now, right at the bottom, it says echo. And I can turn echo cancellation on and off during a live, so I'm not quite sure. Are you meaning about for your guest? I'll come back to that one. But what is echo cancellation? Echo cancellation on now. What it's doing is it's making sure that it's not going to pick up any of those. One of the problems we have is I've got a microphone in front of me and I've got a speaker over there. So my microphone, as well as hearing me, is also hearing what's coming out of that speaker. So this is where, if you've been on a live and there's this echo, or you've been doing an interview and someone's been telling you that there's an echo, chances are it's picking that up. And so Ecamm very cleverly built in this echo cancellation filter that is stopping your microphone from hearing the system noise coming through it. But it also makes it a little bit more processed. I don't know if you noticed that. It isn't a major thing, but I can tell when when, for instance, guys in our Pro Video Academy, someone did it the other day and he recorded back a video and kind of went, "This is my first video. What do you all think?" And I could just hear it sounded like someone had been playing with the audio. And I said, "Could you try that without echo cancellation on?" And it just is a cleaner feed for the audio. So that's echo cancellation. And to be honest, I try to remember to keep it off all the time. The only time I would have it on is if I were doing an interview, and if it's something that I'm recording my end, I would rather put headphones in and know that I've got a good audio, or the best possible audio coming out of it. If you see me with headphones, someone asked the other day why was I in headphones, it's because I was on somebody else's live and I don't know how they've got their set up their end. So I want to make sure that me having headphones means that my microphone isn't hearing the sound that would be coming out of the speaker because it's coming out through headphones instead. Got that? That seemed to mute you when you press it briefly. Yeah, maybe because it's just jumping between. Appears to be a number of flawless repeats. What's this? You on about the numbers? So yeah, that's echo cancellation. Now, just very quickly before we jump on, because the actual real question was asking about automatically mute microphone. I'm guessing you're probably referring to this one. Who was it that was just asking me? Folius. Just straight up. I see Victoria's asked again. So under here, then you can. Where's it gone? And oh, it's under interview, isn't it? Sorry. No, it isn't. Oh, I've lost it. I can't see it. In the interview bit, maybe it's because I've got the interview tab open and it's over there. I can choose whether to apply this to my guests or to turn on the high quality thing. I've lost it. I'll find it. Maybe you can't adjust, or yeah, no, I can't find it. That'll bug me now. I'm going to come off of here and go and find it. Right, let's just jump back to your chats. It's because I did see. Come on, Nicola. Yes, good stuff. Is the ISO audio the same or better quality? It's exactly the same format, I believe, Victoria. It's just that it splits it out into separate files. So don't bother doing it unless you are interviewing and you want to be able to have the separate files afterwards, because you're just going to sort of take more files. Right. Yeah, there is, Victoria. I'm struggling to find it, and it's not very entertaining while I'm sitting fumbling around. Can you find it, Owen? where's the option to be able to process the music, or it's like a musician mode, isn't there, or something on an interview, on a guest? It's in the interview preferences. I couldn't see it unless I totally missed it. I can't see it. Customize interview settings is grayed out. That's probably because I've got interview turned off. Just a second. Go on, we are going to fix this. Right. Customize interview settings. There you go. Look. Thank you. It was worth persevering. Right down here. So what I had to do, I'd got interview turned off, but when I turn on interview, customize interview settings, and then right down here, turn off audio processing for guests. So this is musician mode. Okay. And I would think you can turn that on and off during a live. Have a try. Let me know. Right. Go on. Glenda's shouting out 15. Being as we're kind of getting near the end, but I'm going to type 15 in there. I do like this, It kind of makes it a bit more fun to me than having a list of things to go through. 15. Images in background. Righty-ho. So this one is... Where's a good example of this? If I come over... Well, actually, this one here. So this chat window here... what I've got... Notice that background is that same kind of blue color there, which, if you see on here, is kind of my desktop background. But what I've done is this blue is in my background, because down here in your overlays, we'll zoom in a bit. In your overlays, you have a set that says show in all scenes. You have another one that says show in current scene. And then right at the bottom, show in background. And I've just got little PNG files, blue background, orange background. So if I turn that on, we've now got an orange background. And so by default, this is all you're going to get is a black background in there. We are going to have put into the Academy this time around a set of background images for you. And that right there was worthy of one of them. So I've got a whole set over here of background colors. And if I tell you what we could do is if I went back to this one, for instance, all right, let's make this picture of me a bit smaller. And if I were to drop one of these into my backgrounds, look at that. Owen hasn't seen this yet. I was just playing with this the other day. I just went and got some random kind of, or I made these myself. Some different colored backgrounds for you that just jazz this thing up. And as simple as that, you can, we'll come out of live demo mode. You're able to have these funky backgrounds going on behind you. Come on, drop. There it is. How cool is that? Sherry, that's not dissimilar to your branding, actually. So you could do stuff like this, or if you were turning this into your window that you were, if I've got this over here and then I've brought my chat to put the side or something like that. Or I could just have text appearing over the side, couldn't I? All right, so there we go. That was number, what did we say? No, that was, we've had 13. I need to come back to my first scene to see where we're at. This was 15, wasn't it? Right. Come on. Can you make the backgrounds video? Yes, Jimmy, you can have a video back there. In fact, you can just, to be honest, what we're doing is layering this up. So you could be playing a video. I'll show you. If I go back into my live demo mode and I pick a video, not that one. That was me being silly. There we go. You'll like this one. I'm going to go back into, So I'm going to go back into this one. And what I'll do actually is I can stick it there in that background. And I mean, please don't do this. You're going to drive your audience mad if you show up with a thing like this going. But yeah, you could have a video. It could be just a very subtle kind of nice, slow movement. The only thing I would say, and Jimmy, you need to be on a good internet connection for this. So keep in mind that this video is playing, it's looping in the background. I would try to get a smaller one that loops rather than having a big video file, because this is all needing to keep, this is all cutting into your bandwidth and space going up. Going to make your LinkedIn live on Friday? Yes, come on. Does the background get stuck in all scenes? So depends what scene you're on, Sherry. If when I'm up here, this is my front scene and it is just an image there. If I go for a blank scene, so if I created a new scene, come on. Oh, it is, sorry. It's a new scene and I change the source to blank. That's where you see this. So blank will be a black background unless I've dropped something into show in background. And actually these are all turned on at the minute. The only thing, this is, yeah. So this option, that will appear as the equivalent of the blank wherever I show up. If you wanted to have a different video or a different image for different scenes, then all you would do is drag the video onto here, onto the, open a new scene, drag the video clip on, and then in front of that video clip, you put your camera overlay, and it kind of does exactly the same thing, but it would be scene by scene rather than in the background. Does that make sense? Come on. Oh, hot off the mark is number 24. We've had number 24. Sorry, choose a number 1 to 30. We haven't got many left now. Give me a number that hasn't been picked. I need my drum roll, but I need to open my folder, really. I think that was what was going on there. What does that say? Oh, it's music. What have we got? Sherry said 16. I wasn't even looking. 16, we're filling in the gaps. We've kind of covered this one, actually. Sorry, we're supposed to be popping it up this way. Cropping image edges. So this is what... who said this earlier about cropping edges? So if I go back, we're going to go into live demo mode. We've got our scene over here, and this is my image that I've brought in. And what I was saying is that, this was a green screen. That's why it's going all funny at the edges. This is where I used it, was actually we cropped this on the edge of this video. So notice that instead of me just being able to move it up and down, and normally if I grab an edge, it'll move in, but I'm keeping it all in proportion. This is the tip. I'm going to get rid of them overlays. You saw that earlier. If you've jumped on recently and missed that, head back because it's a good one. But notice down here, when I grab the edge like this, it just shrinks the whole thing. If I hit Option, my Option key, and then I do it, how cool is that? I can now trim those edges out. So maybe you've got something in the background that you don't want to see, and it allows you to just pull that in. Okay. Very, very cool. I tell you a good use for this is if you saw yesterday when we showed up and did this, I showed you how me and somebody else was sitting at the side of me. It was my makeshift Owen. And if I could, so rather than me needing to crop in several times, in fact, we should have done it this way around. Owen, can you bring Owen over, please? We'll have another go at this. And let me show you how this can work. So here's Owen. Hi, Owen. He's doing well. He's a bit bored. Sorry. What I could do is if from one camera, I can actually now with this cropping the edges, I could pull it over to here and now you can only see me. Let's get rid of these background. What have I got on this one? I need to make this a blank rather than that. Okay, I need to get rid of that. So here's me over here. And now if I do Option and drag this over, and this time, again, I use this Option key. Sorry if this is getting a bit... look, now I've done this, and I can kind of make the look that we're... And there are times when we want to do this, you know, and... could I put him in a circle? To put him in a circle, I need to pull this back a bit. I'm okay. I need to come back to that one. Let's forget that. I'll come back to my wide and I'll crop him out. So anyway, as you can see, yeah, there are times where you might want to be able to do this, or actually scene 1 is me, scene 2 is Owen. And yeah, thank you so much, Owen. You've been wonderful. It's dead high tech around here. That was cropping edges, which was number... I don't know. I'm getting lost now. You can tell I'm getting near the top of the hour, actually. Right. Auntie wants 29 and a half. Which one did we just do? I'm lost. 16 was this. Cropping the overlay edges. Jeff, why am I picking random? Where do we go? Who hasn't picked one yet? Okay, if I'm going to shout out again, if you've had one, loving the bingo tips. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, that's Owen. Owen looks great. You can hide the image in other scenes. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Michael. He's gone. Okay, Facebook user, I'm going for the fact that you've probably not asked already yet. Let's go for this one. And number 6. Sorry, Gretchen. I know you've asked before. I'm going to write my number 6 in. Where are we going to put it? 6 would make sense. Number 6, showing live chat. Okay, so again, you've seen me doing it. This is what we're talking about. We're bringing in the live chat like this. This is really messing everything up now. I don't want this. Let's come back to my blue. So this is the live chat, but how do I bring this in? Let me just show you. We're going to go into live demo mode again. And we're going to create another new scene. I'll come up to here. So there we go. We've got a blank scene anyway. So this is source blank. I come down to my overlays. And firstly, let's bring myself in on camera. And I tend to go with this custom because then it means I can just sort of do this and change it around. Yeah, although I think, no, it hasn't. So yeah, that's me over here. And then I want to bring in screen share overlay. We'll pop it in over here, but I don't want entire screen. I want Ecamm and I want comments. And what I can do, 2 ways of doing this really. I could leave it in that size there. And I can just grab the edges like you saw me do a minute ago. Pull them in from there. Pull them in from there. Down we go. Now what I would do with this, notice you don't want to see all this stuff up here with the comments and things. So I pull that down to there. And I get rid of that bit at the bottom, so that you're only seeing really that live chat, and I can use these arrows to line myself up. Really cool how it does that. And actually, that's telling me that it's in line that way as well. Yeah. So there we go. That's how we bring in the comments overlay. Ta-da! That was number 6. Tim, I don't think Tim's asked before. Number 28. I should learn those kind of the bingo ones. You know, the actual, they say things, don't they? Like 2 fat ladies, 88. Although I haven't got 88 because that's not up to 30. Owen can tell that it's getting near the end of the day because I'm definitely start losing it. 28. Let's have a look. Improving green screen. Okay, now this is quite a quick little tip, but I hear people all the time saying to me, my green screen doesn't cut out very well. You know, how do I improve it? And typically you ask this in a group and people will tell you it's lighting. Go and get some more lights. And I bless them, I've got customers who come to me and go, or I see them in the groups going, I got 10 lights and I still don't get a good cutout on here. Your camera is absolutely the most important thing if you want to do a good green screen cutout. I haven't got any special lighting on that green screen. There are some lights in the ceiling behind it that are coming through and making that frame bit. The only light that we've got going here pretty much is this light that's in front of me. My dome light, which out of interest is on our equipment list. If you go to adriansalisbury.com/gear, then you can see our equipment list and this lighting is on that. But my point is, for me to get a good cutout in green screen, look how good a job. I can adjust this fade on here, but it's less about that background. And because I've got a nice sharp camera, it does the best job of cutting me out. Yeah, Anthony's just saying you learnt that the lens is vital. Yeah, absolutely. And so even that's a good point. Thank you, Anthony. Even that, having a camera is great, but even choosing then to upgrade your camera or adding on a prime lens to it and the right size will again just really get that right. So, and here's another little tip actually. I said this yesterday, I think, if you jump in and out of green screen, just be careful because notice that plant's doing funny things over there now because I'm still in green screen. And so it's looking for anything green in the shot and it's cutting it out. Matthias says, what camera am I using? It's the Sony ZV-E10, which unfortunately they're really struggling with supply at the minute. They're like a lot of people trying to get hold of the chips for inside them. Can I just say officially while we're on, they are not getting rid of the Sony ZV-E10. I've heard a few people saying, I've heard rumors that they're stopping it. Absolutely not. I've heard that from Sony Direct, that they are not getting rid of it. It's just about supply and getting hold of these chips. So I would hang on. People have said to me, I can't get hold of it at the minute. Is there an alternative? I wouldn't. Honestly, I don't think there's anything that for the price is anywhere near as good as this Sony ZV-E10 right now. So I would hold fire, and I'm sure in a month or so they're going to be coming back round again. Minecraft Owen. Who's this? Hello, Minecraft Owen. You're live on TV. That's not you. You're not Minecraft, are you? Oh, Minecraft Owen. Love it. Genius. We should have painted. Is that the color that you'd... What color are you in Minecraft? Do you have colors or are you green or... I don't know. Minecraft Owen. Sorry, I was miles away there. You're way more on the ball than me. Blue screen works well too. Yep. That's a really good point, actually. And we have a customer of ours who's a chef. There's a lot of green stuff that he has. I've known of people that have got green in their logos and things, and they can't use green screen then. Well, that's Ecamm introduced then. You now can have green or blue screen. And yeah, so you can, you can get a pop-up blue as well as a green. We bought one just to see what the difference was. Yeah, thank you. Good shout. Right, so happy you got this FVE10. Do you know what, Glenda? I reckon you could put it on eBay for probably twice the price at the minute. They're in such demand. I only said today it must be sickening for Sony that have got all these people trying to get hold of this camera that have finally kind of landed this perfect camera and nobody can get them. Right, have we got time? It's 6:10. Yikes. We haven't got time. Can I just please end by once again saying, if you haven't already, please do come and join us in our Ecamm Live Academy. Link is down here. We are going to be starting on Monday. If you're enjoying what we're doing here, this is just a little taste of what we do inside the Academy. We've got a stack, probably anything you can do in Ecamm, we've made a video about it. And you're going to get access to it. You're going to work through across a week. We drip out videos to you. You work through them in your own time. I show up once a day to do a live like this, just playing and demonstrating and answering your questions. Honestly, it's a fantastic experience. It's $199, as you can see over on that page. And yeah, Jimmy's in. I'm rolling my screen up there and I'm not even on it. This is, if you head over to that ecammliveacademy.com, this is the page you come to. We'd absolutely love to have you over there. Honestly, I can't praise enough how lovely the community is over there. You guys that make the community what it is. One of the biggest things about it is just this supportive group. And actually, when someone goes live for the first time, somebody was just telling me, I remember in the last Academy, they kind of went live halfway through that first week and went, I've actually been sitting here for half an hour hovering over this go live button. I'm petrified, but if I can't do it here, I'm not going to be able to do it anywhere. And sure enough, then others go, well, if she did it, I'd better go live. And we just, there's a wonderful energy in the group of people just supporting each other, cheering each other on. You're on mute, and people are going, don't worry about it. It's take your time. You know, we're all here. We're all cheering you on. It's an incredible space, and you get to be part of that for 2 weeks. We don't run it again until October. It's just a pop-up 2 weeks that we do this boot camp, and it's it's absolutely, yeah, Jimmy, you are so cool. Thank you. Paul's just popped that in over on Facebook. There's the link there to Ecamm Academy. That would be great to see you over there, and more of this. Okay, so I'm back here tomorrow, same time tomorrow. Come and join us again. We've got to finish up these 30 tips. I reckon we've just about got enough to see us through to the end of tomorrow. And same time, I'll find you here tomorrow. And now, I got to just show you a live demo of this. So I'm going to end this, and because I still have I turned off those icons, I can't find the button to finish it. So there you go, it happens. Fabulous, beg, borrow, or yeah, yeah, let's not be stealing. You have to be there. Thank you. The absolute best Facebook community I've ever been part of. And Sherry said earlier on, I won't be able to find it now. Sherry said it's the best course that she's ever done. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll find it. She said it. It's in the chat. Right. Okay, I must run, and I'll see you tomorrow.